Hello everyone, I all hope you have very much quite have a wonderful, blessed weekend indeed, and very quietly good to see you as well, guys. Very superly great to see you guys as well, guys, throughout this week. As you guys quietly know, this will be the last week that I'm actually shooting all the episodes of monsters, supervillains, and also powerful mythical creatures and heroes and ancient warlords and commanders and vampires and all of that as well. But rest assured, guys, when the school holidays are completely finished, we'll be able to go back. We'll be able to go back to the other episodes. We'll be able to go back to new episodes and to new mysterious forces of great supervillains and powerful ancient dark wizards or witches or heroes or monsters or super villains as well. But despite that, guys, this week we're gonna continue until Friday. But rest assured, we will continue after the school holidays are finished. With that being said, exactly, guys, I appreciate your support. Please continue staying with me on my journey from YouTube shorts and long videos, and as well from TikTok. And those from you guys who are still following me, please continue to do so. It means a lot. And keep telling your friends and family to subscribe on my channel on YouTube, on Biloyol's channel, which you'll find it on YouTube and as well in TikTok if they are also quietly interested in monsters and in supervillains or anything else that I'm doing like that. If they quietly are solely related to what I'm shooting about, please as well try to persuade them to exactly look into my channel. They might exactly enjoy what I'm actually doing. But rest assured, guys, I'm exactly inspired by you guys, and you guys keep pushing. With that being said, let's continue. On today's episode, we're to speak about the hybrid race, the one that I've been keeping on mentioning on the other previous episode. The hybrid race is a very powerful ancient race of creatures and beings who are a great great example to the actual hybrids and tribrids of all other creatures that embody all creatures of the sacred universe and all creatures of the sacred universe and all of the creatures of the sacred on all of the creatures of the sacred world and all of the creatures of the sacred world and all of the creatures of the sacred magic universe. They are the most powerful, greater ancient species that have all the bloodlines of all the creatures, such as vampires, werewolves, witches, fairies, druids, warlocks, faithful, and as well ancient powerful sacred creatures of the great sacred nation, and as well of the 4 nation hunters, the 7 nation hunters, the 8 nation hunters, the unknown hunters, and the 12 nation hunters, and 11 nation hunters, the 21 nation hunters, and all of the other sacred hunters of the sacred worlds, and all of the other hunters of the sacred worlds bloodline and genetic DNA is quietly thriving inside the hybrid race's genetic DNA as well. They're the most powerful creatures and ancient beings of all. They embody the genetic power of the great ancient progenitor known as the sacred founders, or as the other founders are known as the sacred shadow founder or the vampire founder, or all of them. They're the most ancient and most powerful of all. They quietly have been given the ability, the rarest of all ability, to evolve and also to adapt. Through that ability, they've gained the power of intelligence and the power of manipulating dark magic and the power of dark arts and the power of light magic as well, which grants them the power of super speed and immortality. They are very highly destructive and also very powerful and dangerous race as well. As I've exactly explained it to you guys on the other previous episode. Despite that, the hybrids are very ancient and they are very powerful. So today we're on that. On the great ancient times, on the great ancient times of the great primordial times of the sacred universe's greatest ages, the hybrid race was rumored to be known that it used to actually re-exist on the sacred world's greatest sacred villages before the original Order Magic took control of the Shadow Empire. Before he began ruling the Shadow Empire, the hybrid race began thriving on its greater powerful villages on other great known worlds, and on other great known planetary system level worlds. Its villages were quite bigger, highly composed of an entire nation of the hybrid nation, where all of its creatures and beings and its citizens thrived completely, as they all completely thrived together in living peacefully with their new developed powers and the abilities and a set of their powers as well. during at the age of power, the hybrid elders felt highly obligated to protecting sacred society from the forces of evil that would try to threaten the sacred peace that was quite highly crucial for them to maintain. With that being said, the greatest leaders exactly told their species and the rest of the villages of their people that it's time for them to begin their sole mission and purpose. The origin race exactly requested the hybrid race in order to assist in them to maintaining the balance of power and the balance of control throughout the entire known universe, to which the other species exactly refused in doing so, forcing the hand of the forces of evil to taking a drastic turn of events by switching sides of the forces of evil with the forces of good as well. The hybrid leaders and all of the other council members felt highly still obligated to protecting sacred society and the entire sacred universe from being heavily under siege by the mysterious forces of evil, to which they had no choice to, and the origins respected their choices for that, realizing that the choice that they actually chose was the honorable choices as well. On that particular age of power, the Omega sacred founders knew that the hybrid race would pose a threat to the dark, ancient, ultimate goal, to which they decided to tipping the hand of the forces of evil of their followers to beginning spreading a powerful, secretive, ancient message to the ancient Lord of Magic, who is known by different alias at the time, known as Laurel, to which Laurel himself began infusing himself with shadow energy at that predicament of that time as well. On the age of the fallen one, Laurel, known as the original Lord of Magic, took control of the Shadow Empire after infusing himself with unlimited amounts of shadow energy, discovering that the hybrid race would pose a threat to his sinister goals and to his future plans of his collaboration. He decided it's best that the Shadow Empire wipe them out and officially exterminating out, realizing they do pose a threat, but he told the other forces that he might need some of the hybrid creatures in order to understand their powers and their abilities for his own dark, sinister experiments to furthering his life, finding a way to extend his lifespanning and his entire immortality rate, to which was very crucial to what he was about to do as well, to which the other forces particularly agreed with the great Lord of Magic as well. On that predicament of that century, the hybrid race knew that they were about to be exterminated by the most powerful, dark, ancient, magical creature that was quietly never born or never quietly seen ever again, to which the leaders of the hybrid council exactly decided it's best to allow the extermination to begin taking its place, while the others of their kind and the others of their descendants hide away, while they protect the remaining of their people and the remaining of their kind, making sure that none of their kind's history was never meant to be destroyed in the process, resulting in their true existence to be wiping out of sacred history, to which will only be the way to preserving their kind and the status quo itself as well, to which the hybrid race exactly agreed on that as well. On that particular day, the forces of the original Lord of Magic used a forbidden technique to cast a powerful water dragon and a powerful lightning dragon and a powerful fire dragon and a powerful tornado and a powerful watery fall and a powerful watery tsunami in order to wipe out the entire villages by using their devastating dark magical abilities and techniques taught by Amber, the goddess of power, known by another different alias as a witch of power, in order to wipe out the hybrid race ordered by the original Lord of Magic, to which they persistently exactly waged war with the great mighty hybrid races, and they were completely exterminated. Unbeknownst to them, some of the other descendants and some of the other hybrid races survived due to the great extermination, and they were never quietly seen again or ever quietly noted about their true survival as well. On the following predicament centuries of the great extermination, the hybrid descendants, who were quietly one of the peaceful ones and some who were quietly not one of the peaceful ones, remained in the shadows, working within the shadows in order to creating a powerful civilization of their own within other crystal worlds and planets and civilization, in order for them to flourish and build and rebuild the entire civilization, which is exactly what they did. During the almost of the great centuries, the other alien species and the 4 nation hunters and the 7 nation hunters exactly able to meet up with the hybrid races and able to telling them that the great original Lord of Magic has already managed to gain a hold of one of their own people in order to understand their powers and their physiology and their biology as well, in order for him to extending his lifespanning and his entire immortality rate. To which the other hybrid members exactly told the 4 nation hunters that they're not the ones that they should be afraid of, that they should be afraid of the ones that are highly dangerous and very highly elite, powerful, sinister, ancient criminal organization of their kind that's been known, that's been quietly been noted to be working within the shadows of sacred society over for many several decades, and that its leader is one of the most powerful, formidable, godlike hybrid leader of all others. Unlike the other members, he's more powerful and more highly sufficient with the goal that he's about to achieve. They have no problem with the entire sacred society of all the other species, but they should be afraid of the ones that they don't know clearly about as well. During the following decades and during the following years, the organization kept a close eye and a hint on the progress of the Shadow Empire, making sure that its goals were highly stabilized due to its actual eventuality in controlling sacred society and the entire known universe in a process to which it would be highly beneficial for their goals as well. To which the leader of the most powerful shadowy elite criminal organization known as the Hybrid leader, who was rumored to be a godlike, powerful, dark being of all other beings, of all other beings, and the members of the ancient shadowy criminal elite organization who are also powerful, sinister, shadowy criminals, and some who are powerful rogue 4 nation hunters, others who are powerful supernatural vampires, and some who are powerful, deadly, hybrid, and tribrid creatures of all other creatures, and other members who are quietly powerful and deadly, sinister criminals as well from other worlds and from other planets. The leader himself exactly told the members of the organization that they must remain within the shadows and keep a close proximity eye on the status of the Shadow Empire, to which it would prove very fruitful for their goal to begin maintaining and to begin maintaining and also to begin highly to stabilizing its true purpose, its actual true purpose within the shadows of sacred existence. To which the other members agreed, then that is exactly what they'll do as well. Over the following centuries, the hybrid race remained highly within the great crystal worlds and planets, while its other species and its kind were quietly defecting from its original soul, philosophy, and purpose. Due, as I told you before, there's a huge fraction and a huge division among its people and among its kind as well. Some who are quietly on the good side, the others who are quietly on the darkest and evil side of all other sizes. Some have joined up with the ancient criminal elite organization of the hybrid race itself as well, in order to furthering its sinister goals and its plans in that process. The others of their kind, who are one of the good ones, decided to becoming allies and greater allies of the 4 nation hunters and greater allies of the 7 nation hunters in the process, to making sure that their goals would actually bear fruit, and also the great allies of the sacred great nations in the process, to making sure that peace and cooperation would be restored in sacred society and within the entire sacred universe and within the entire sacred world as well, within itself and within its greater borders as well. But despite that, the hybrid races of its people and of its kind, use their great forbidden techniques and their abilities, creating life and throughout other worlds and other planets, to making sure that they are thriving and quietly remaining under severely controlled by the inhabitants by itself. Due to this, the origin races exactly thank the hybrid race for remaining highly helpful and highly cooperative through the entire war, throughout the entire sacred civil wars that have been raining down over for many decades and over for many centuries, to which the other hybrid races felt highly obligated that it's in their best interest to maintaining the old traditions and the old ancient ways that were completely actually brought upon the ancestors and brought upon the forebearers, to which is quietly the righteous way for them to maintaining peace and harmony and balance and love and care and prosperity throughout the entire sacred universe and the rest of sacred society as well. Over the following decades and over the following centuries, the hybrid races remain highly peaceful, living throughout their new environmental worlds and planets and civilization, keeping tabs on everything. When they heard the news about the origin races being extinct, they felt highly heartbroken, realizing they lost their most powerful, efficient allies of all time, realizing that this could be the end of the entire species The hybrid races took highly several steps to protecting their kind and their species from soul extermination and from soul to be wiped out from any good, creating powerful architect temples and ancient caves and ancient paintings of their kind's origin and of their true species origin, telling stories and predating times about how they were born and how they were fully made and how they were fully made and how they can easily adapt and also how they can also especially highly evolve due to their great power and due to their great unique abilities granted by the four predecessors and by their great forebears as well. To which the hybrid council thought that it's time for them to preserve the status of their kind and the status of their people once and for all, and especially revealing its ancient history to the 4 nation hunters and to the 7 nation hunters and to the 6 nation hunters and to the 18 nation hunters as well, to which it would serve a very crucial purpose and a very crucial role about the hidden powers and the forbidden techniques as well in the process. Within the near end of the great century, the organization of the darkest organization of the hybrid race began to reconvene in a darker cave where the leader summoned all the members, telling them that the planning of the Shadow Empire rising into power and ascending into power, since Lord Ancestors and the other previous ancestors of the Shadow Empire have fallen, and some of them who quietly have been rumored to survive, which will also prove very, very fruitful for their goals to begin stabilizing. As the other members agreed, then it's time for them to proceed on with the next phase of the plan. Now that the tables are turning to their favor as well. On the actual 28th of June, the organization began to actually reconvene on a darker cave due to the shadowy astral projections of themselves, which was a shadowy astral projection of themselves, where the leader summoned all the members, as they are about 18 members and old original members from the organization itself and 18 members as well who are also participating in the organization itself. The leader exactly explained to all the members that it's time for them to facilitate their goals and the furthering of their plans, and that the great death of the original Lord of Magic has managed to bear fruit, to which they all exactly felt hardly, very quietly broken due to the great demise of the original Lord of Magic, to where the leader exactly told every member that the death of the original Lord of Magic is quite a very, very sadful, painful mystery, but they cannot literally not forget that he was also a threat to their goals and a powerful force. Despite that, they learned from his teachings and they learned from his example that he's one of the most powerful beings that can never be underestimated or either taken lightly, to which the other members began to solely agree that he was, after all, the best example to their kind and the greatest example to their species, that they can never hold back to what they're truly trying to achieve by any means necessary, to which the other members specifically agreed on that as well. On the actual 15th of July, the leader of the hybrid organization was quietly within the darker world system, was quietly within the darker planetary world system, to which he conquered and rules with an iron fist, to which all the entire several nationary worlds of the sacred great nations are under his sole control and purposely ruled by him, and he's rumored to have never revealed his face or to show his entire face, but he is worshipped like a godlike powerful being due to his great immense power and to his forbidden techniques, that the entire village is exactly able to exactly worship him and thanking them for actually liberating them from the horrors of war and from the horrors of devastational war as well. In the process, the leader of the entire organization was quietly at the tallest tower, where the other member exactly told the leader that the old collaborator has officially arrived. The leader exactly spoke with the different masked individual, to which he was wearing a powerful purple mask, and where the masked individual was sitting within the shadows of the tower, where he told them that the planetization of their goals must begin to stabilize effectively immediately, to which is very crucial for them to beginning taking their rightful places and their rightful timing in preserving what needs to be preserved, especially with a goal about to finalize and to begin its sole purpose, to which the leader agreed with the masked individual. Then that is exactly what shall happen. And the masked individual disappeared within the shadows without revealing himself or anyone else to the members of the organization. especially to the founder and leader of the organization of the hybrid race himself, to which the leader exactly goes to the original member that the masked individual does exactly make a fine point about that as well. On the 17th of August, the leader began to reassemble the members on a powerful sealing ritual to where they're about to actually seal an ancient forbidden creature's power inside the ancient gigantic monster statue by actually extracting its powers and its abilities and putting them straightly inside the monster statue, to where all of them are quietly present due to the shadowy astral projection, where the leader exactly told the other member to use his real body as a hideout in order to scout out any intruders and any enemies in close bystander, to which the other member pacifically agreed on doing that as well. On that particular day, the mighty 4 Nation Hunters and the mighty 7 Nation Hunters began exactly closing in on the hideout, where the other member began identifying several enemies are approaching, and the leader exactly told the other members it's time for them to do the actual mission and the actual goal. The other members exactly used a forbidden technique due to their shadowy astral projection while their bodies were actually somewhere else, to which they were able to infuse their body with the elements, with the elemental forest of nature, to where they actually created a duplicate clone of themselves, fighting the 4 Nation Hunters and the 7 Nation Hunters in different prospect of the hideout itself, to where the leader exactly told them that the sealing ritual has already commenced and that the sealing preparation is already done, that all they have to do is fight the enemy and destroy them, and that they're willing to hear me reports about their victory and about their greatest outcome of the battle as well. On the 20th of September, the leader of the organization was still quietly sitting within the tower, sitting within the center of the tower's chairs, with a powerful purple crystal lighting on top of them, while they're sitting with the original members, to which the leader exactly told them that the planning of the organization and their goals is about to bear fruit, and that it must systematically solidify no matter what, to which the two original members begin to agree with him, then that is exactly what shall happen, and that it will actually begin taking its rightful place, and that the other member exactly told the leader they must not underestimate the power and the threat that the universal heroes pose, to which they cannot actually do that again, to where the leader began to agree with that as well. On the actual 17th of October, the leader actually began to reassembling the members of the organization, only few members, while the others were completely assigned to their mission and to their assigned task as well, on a powerful dark cave, to which had no statues or anything else but the frequent glimmering of a lantern of a light, to which was quietly shining, to where they all presented themselves with a shadowy astral projection, to where the leader exactly told the members that the universal heroes pose a threat to their goal and to their sole mission, that the fact that they were able to destroy one of the most powerful, ancient, darkest magical creatures and being known as original Roman magic, it means that they are too deadly and they're too powerful. The other member exactly decided it's best that he will take care of the universal heroes, with the other members working by his side. They'll be able to pull off a huge victory up against him, to which the leader exactly told the members that it's due to that they must never take the threat lightly, as they all began to realize that as well. On the predicament of the 19th of September, the three members of the hybrid organization began a full task incursion on the other alien sister worlds and planets in order to draw the attention of the mighty universal heroes. But in doing so, it drew the attention of the mighty united heroes, to where they fully clash with them and completely fight with them on the other alien worlds and planets. The united heroes realized that the enemies possess forbidden techniques and forbidden powers and destructive immortality rate, to which that they were not exactly fighting any other sinister members, but powerful and dangerous notable members as well, to which the other member of the organization decided it's best for them to withdraw, since the members of the united heroes are very powerful and there are also thousands of them as well. The other member exactly told the members of the united heroes that there are more of them as there are more of them as well, to which he exactly enlightened them as well. The other members of the United Heroes realized that the enemy was, after all, telling the truth, due to the cloaks that they are wearing, due to the greater cloaks, the dark black cloaks that they are wearing, symbolizes that there are more of them and that there's still thousands of them out there who possess dangerous and devastating forbidden techniques and powers that could destroy and that could cause a lot of damage and destruction upon its wake as well. On the actual day of the on the actual day of the 9th of December, the leader of the organization began to reassemble the other 4 members of the organization through an ancient dark cave to which houses ancient powerful statues of monsters, goblin creatures, a gargoyle creature, some trolls, some goblins, some ancient forest creature, monster, fairy witch, a powerful fairy witch hybrid creature, and a powerful hybrid godlike, and a powerful hybrid godlike descendant whose arms and hands were completely completely like this up on the air, actually stating that he was practicing some sort of powerful ancient forbidden technique of his own as well, to which the statues were all completely white, as in literally white. Some are completely black and others were completely in different shapes of color as well. Some of the other statues, creatures were within 4-Nation Hunter history, some within 7-Nation Hunter history, others were within Sacred history, some within the Sacred Great Nations history, some within the Sacred Magic Universes history as well. Due to this, the members of the organization began representing themselves through the shadowy astral projection, as the members who were assigned to take care of the threat completely told the leader himself that he was right, that the allies of the universal heroes are too powerful and they are too dangerous not to be taken lightly. As the leader told them before, to never underestimate the threat. But in doing so, he told the other members that it's time for them to remain low until their plans will successfully solidify. But they must keep tabs and they must hear everything what's happening within Sacred Society, to which they all agree. After they lost reassembly, after 3 months in January, February, and in March, the members remained low and they did not exactly reconvene or reassemble in order to keep the organization, in order to try to keeping the organization full within the shadows without it being highly suspected, or trying to attracting unwanted attention to its own conflict as well. On the 13th of April, the leader of the organization began reassembling the members again. This time he told them that it's time for them to actually practice a forbidden technique that they must utilize to their own standards due to their shadowy astral projection in a different hideout, to which was a powerful, dark, mysterious cave that had many waterfalls. To that end, all the other members began releasing a forbidden sign and a forbidden technique to practicing their powers and their greater talents all together, to which the leader exactly told them that they are fully ready for the next phase of the plan as well. On the actual 29th of May, the other long original member was quietly scouting the hideouts of the village that the hybrid organization has managed to fully control, fully control, until the purple masked man began revealing himself and telling the original member that he's very grateful for him to remaining within the organization after so many centuries and so many years. Due to that, the other original member exactly told the great purple masked man that he was very highly good in order to know that he was still highly actively alive. The purple masked man exactly told him that he was out getting powerful intelligence and greater information on the Dark Star organization, to which the Star Prince and to which the Star Witch Queen are in fully control of, to which they might prove a threat or a very powerful ally to their goals, to which he agreed on that as well. On the actual 8th of June, the purple masked man was quietly sitting within the tower stairs, within the shadows, as he told the leader of the organization that it's time for them not to take any drastic action, because now the war between good and evil is spiraling out of control, and he fears that a new competitor and a new threat will re-emerge, known as the evil warlord samurai will return in order to destroy, known as the chosen one, to which the leader agreed that the evil warlord samurai did exactly return many centuries ago, during the time where the Shadow Empire was quietly still ascending to its power, and to which the leader exactly stated to the masked man that he might prove a very useful ally, since he possessed the greater destructive empire of his own, to which could very prove fruitful to their goals and to their mission, to which the purple masked man agreed with the leader as well. On the 19th of July, on the actual predicament of the 19th of July, the leader of the organization entered a different portaling world in order to speak with the great right advisor of the evil warlord samurai, and exactly told him that the partnership is still exactly the same, as the advisor exactly told the mighty leader of the hybrid organization, that the partnership still is exactly the same, and that it will always remain the same no matter what, and that it will still remain the same. The Shadow Empire warlords have shown allegiance to the organization itself, and they're making sure that the technology that the mercenaries and the assassins are about to receive will always be in the exact same position. To which the leader told the great advisor of the evil warlord samurai that he's very pleased to know that everything is in place. After that, you open up a portal and teleport it away. On the 13th of July, the leader began to reassemble every member within the organization through a dark, powerful cave on the hands of the monster statue on their shadowy astral projection, and exactly told them that it's time for them to finalize their plan and to furthering their goal once and for all, to which they all agreed that it's time for them to take care of the threat, and that universal man's powers are needed for the monster statue to begin highly evolving, so that one of them will become its host and its vessel, so they can enter a powerful transformational state of a hybrid godlike being that will literally ascend the entire sacred universe to peace and to peaceful cooperation, to restoring harmony and in balance to the entire world by giving power to the weak and by providing it to the weakest species of sacred existence, so that they can rise to power and remain the sole superior dominant of the entire sacred universe. And the Shadow Empire will fall far worse than it already has, to which the other members agreed that is exactly what they're willing to do as well. Despite that, guys, the entire hybrid race is a very formidable, powerful hybrid race, very intelligent, very highly ancient, very highly good. I speak for all of them, the organization members and the leader himself, all of them. They are very highly ancient, very highly powerful, and very, very highly unpredictable, skillful with the power of mind control, telepathic control, telekinesis control, levitation, shadowy astral projection, the power of conversion, and the power of life, and the power of restoring life, manipulating dark magic, dark matter, reserving life, the power of possessing enormous amounts of life force, regenerative abilities, the power of communication, and the power of giving life to one other creature, and the power of teleportation, opening portals, the power of super speed, ability, superhuman strength, absorbing powers and forbidding techniques of controlling light creation and shadow creation, death creation, the power of manipulating elemental power such as fire, water, lightning, electricity, and the power of creating mist, smoke, air, dust, sand, and also air, dust, sand, and sand and wind power and air power and sonic frequency power and greater power of immortality and long gravity. Due to this, the members of the shadowy elite criminal organization, the hybrid race, are very highly enlightened members, as they are about 21 members or 23 members who are known to be one of the most dangerous who are known to be one of the most dangerous supernatural criminals of sacred society, who are more powerful and more dangerous, and the leader himself is the exceptional member of all other members. He is the shadowy mastermind with the other original members, who are also the most powerful members of all, known to be one of the shadowy masterminds of the organization. They are a powerful hybrid race of the organization itself, and they're willing to further their goal of peace, love, prosperity, and also controlling of wars and conflicts and destroying the enemies that pose a threat to their sole goal. They possess the forbidden techniques of summoning, resurrection, recreation, love control techniques, the power of manipulating spells and energy. Some possess the power of being heavily immune to all magic and to all different techniques and powers. Some are very dangerous, and others are very highly, extremely intelligent and toughy, bearing the power of a powerful, lovely intellect, very highly acceptable and very highly exceptionally dangerous as well. The leader is the most powerful ancient leader of the organization itself, the hybrid organization, and is rumored to be more dangerous and more unpredictable. They are very good in maintaining the individual bases and many hideouts which are quietly scattered throughout the entire sacred great nation. Some are quietly scattered throughout the entire known dark worlds, planets, and star systems, and the leader controls the entire sacred dark worlds and its entire colonized cities, to which he rules with an iron fist in order to remain isolated to himself and keeping himself within the shadows. As I said before, the hybrid organization is a shadowy criminal elite organization that has powerful, dangerous, shadowy masterminds working behind the shadows and behind the scenes, while the other members also work behind the scenes and behind the shadows, creating a powerful network, creating a powerful sinister cooperative network of dangerous operatives and criminals and Shadow Empire warlords, druids, witches, and faithful in order for them to work side by side together. They form a powerful ancient alliance with the most dangerous warlord known as a warlord samurai, to which is their greatest partner and collaborator, to which they all share a common interest and a common goal. Unlike the other hybrids believe in peace, love, cooperation, in peace and in harmony, to which they are also the allies of the sacred universe and the allies of the Four Nation Hunters and the allies of the Universal Heroes. The members of the organization have learned that the Universal Heroes pose a global threat to their goals, and they've taken drastic actions and measures to making sure that their investment is protected and their future long-term goals are not yet thwarted or foiled. And they know that Universal Man possesses the most powerful powers and techniques that the monster statue needs in order for the host to becoming highly one with its true host for transformation. They are very enlightened members, powerful. The species itself is very ancient. Ancient statues, ancient paintings about them giving life, powers. Their forebearers and their four ancestors are very powerful and are very dangerous and are very, very highly ancient. Practicing the powers of dark magic and the powers of illusion and the powers of white magic. They are very ancient, as there are ancient temples and ancient carvings about them and ancient statues about them giving life and giving power. The dark druids and the dark witches and the dark wizards and the dark warlords know very well that the hybrid organization is a very powerful, deadly organization, and they've shown their loyalty and their allegiance to the members, and so did the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders who have also did so as well, to which the members have officially agreed to accept the Great Alliance with them, to receiving destructive technology from the operatives and from the mercenaries as well, to which is very crucial for their goal to begin solidifying and to beginning bearing fruit as well. Well, that's it for today's episode. I'll see you tomorrow on Tuesday. Take care of yourself. Like and subscribe in Below Yours channel in YouTube and in TikTok. Appreciate you guys. Like and comment and enjoy your day and have a blissful day. Today's episode is the hybrid race of the sacred world, and you'll receive it on YouTube and in shorts and in long videos as well, and also in TikTok, and the actual picture of the leader as well, to which you'll receive. Despite that, they are very dangerous, crucial, powerful. Others of their kind are very ancient, wiser, but also 12th level intellect, very skillful with light magic, some with forbidden techniques and forbidden powers, ancient paintings, ancient drawings, statues about their kind is very ancient and very rare. That's it for today's episode. Enjoy your day and take care of yourself. Smile and keep pushing and never give up. Appreciate you and love you. Bye.